horse and buggies, hot air balloon rides, the QVC Christmas Parade, beautiful farmlands, the Vanguard Group, Victory Brewing, the Mushroom Festival. So you're probably asking yourself, what do all these things have in common? They are all located in Chester County. And I've been saying this for years, that Chester County is one of the best places to live in all of Pennsylvania. So that's why I'm really excited to share with you in this video what it's like living in Chester County. This video is going to go in detail as to why I love Chester County and why I think that you would be making the best move possible if you decided to live in Chester County too. Just a quick little breakdown of how the video is going to go. I'm just going to give a very brief introduction to the history of Chester County so you can get to know it a little bit better. And then I am going to break down for you the makeup of Chester County. So the four factors that I'm going to focus on are school districts, the economy, the cost of living, and the lifestyle. All four of those items are extremely important and they weigh heavy into factoring whether or not you want to move to an area. So that's what I really want to highlight for you, why Chester County is great and why these four factors are really going to paint the picture for you. So here's a very brief history of Chester County. The county was created by William Penn back in 1682 as one of the three original counties of Pennsylvania, which was named after a city in England called Chestershire, where many of its earlier settlers came from. So the original county seat was what is known today as Chester City, and soon after it was changed to Westchester in 1788. There are a total of 73 municipalities in Chester County. That consists of one city, 15 boroughs, and 57 townships. There are also 6 county parks: Hibernia, Nottingham, Warwick, Springton Manor Farm, Black Rock Sanctuary, and Wolf's Hollow. There are also many federal, state, and municipal parks. That's my real quick, brief synopsis of Chester County. Again, very brief history and the makeup of it. So now let's talk about school districts. School districts are extremely important in this area. A lot of people want to move to Chester County because of the school districts. We have some of the top in the county, some of the top in the area, and some of the top in the entire state of Pennsylvania. There are 14 school districts that provide kindergarten through 12th grade public education in the entire county. There are 496 school districts that comprise Pennsylvania, and out of the top 10, 2 of them are in Chester County. That's right, 2 of the top 10 school districts in the entire state of Pennsylvania are located right here in Chester County, and we're very proud of that. Of the top 25 school districts in the entire state of Pennsylvania, 4 are in Chester County. And out of the top 50, again, this is the top 50 school districts in the entire state of Pennsylvania, 7 of the top 50 are located in Chester County. That means that half of the school districts in the entire county rank amongst the best 50 in the entire state. So you can see why school districts are very important here. Families tend to focus on moving into the good school districts because they want their kids to have a great public education. That's one of the main things that makes this area so desirable. Again, there's so much more that makes it desirable, but that's one of the really drawing factors to Chester County is the fact that we have some of the best school districts around. I don't want to paint the wrong picture about the other 7 school districts. I know families, I know friends, I know acquaintances, people that have had their kids in the other 7 school districts, and they have high praises about them all. I might sound like a broken record because I talk about how good the school districts are in Chester County, but not only are they so good in Chester County, they're also really good in the greater Philadelphia region. If you take Bucks County, Chester County, Montgomery County, and Delaware County, 25, that's right, 25, half of the top 50 schools in the entire state makes up these 4 counties. So let's shift our focus from school districts to the economy of Chester County. There are roughly 525,000 residents of Chester County, which is about a third of the city of Philadelphia. Chester County has a high labor force participation of roughly 69%, and a high share of them work in a professional occupation, which is reflected in the county's median household income of $99,000, which is the highest in the state. I'm going to tie in later in this video what that looks like, the median income of $99,000 compared to the cost of living on a monthly basis and a yearly basis. Now, these next factors I'm talking about, obviously they look a little different now, but pre-COVID, this is what the labor force and unemployment look like. The unemployment rate is around 4.7%, and the nation average is 6%. In addition to that, the sales tax rate for Chester County is 6%, whereas the US average is 7.3%. And then the income tax rate for Chester County is 3.1%, where the US average is 4.6%. So just with those two factors there, and then looking at the low unemployment rate, you can see that living in Chester County is going to be a bit more affordable than it is throughout the United States. And this is a really interesting statistic to look at. Over 50% of jobs are in the top 5 industries, which are healthcare, retail, professional and technical services, finance and insurance, and manufacturing. And here's a breakdown of the top 5 employers of Chester County. The first one is QVC. Now, we've all been awake late at night and we're channel surfing and we come across online and home shopping channels, right? That's QVC. They're one of the biggest providers of that source, and they're located right here in Westchester. The second largest group is the Vanguard Group, which is one of the world's largest investment management companies. Coming in at third is the County of Chester. Of all the municipalities and the different townships, all of those people that they employ, that makes up the third largest group. Fourth is the Chester County Hospital, which is one of the best hospitals in the area. It is an affiliate of Penn Medicine, and the fifth largest employer in the county is the federal government. There are over 15,000 establishments, and 16 of them in Chester County have 1,000 employees or more. I hope this paints the picture for you that there are a lot of opportunities in Chester County for work, both white collar and blue collar. Now I want to talk about real estate because it does factor into the economy. And who would I be if I didn't talk about real estate as a real estate broker? If you look at a year-over-year perspective, the average sold price is right around $400,000. So in Chester County, when we talk about housing that is more on the affordable side, that number usually is $250,000. And there are areas that are in Chester County that you can still buy a home for $250,000 or less. And they, unfortunately, are becoming more few and far between. Now, the next factor I wanted to talk about was the cost of living, and I'm not going to go into detail about this because I literally just made a video about this, and I'm gonna link to it here or here. I don't know where it's gonna show up. And I'm also going to put it in the description down below. In that video, I broke down for you what our average monthly expenses look like on a fixed rate. So these are expenses that we know we're going to have, and they're at a certain price. And that's roughly about $3,100 to $3,300 a month for a family of 4 living in Downingtown. And the last thing that I want to talk to you about is the lifestyle. One of the things that draws me into Chester County so much is the lifestyle. That's why I truly love being here. If you've been following me and if you've seen my prior videos, then you know that I live in Downingtown Borough, and my brokerage is located in Westchester. So between Downingtown and Westchester, I'm there every single week. I say this because this area is especially beautiful throughout the year. So when the seasons change, when spring comes around and the flowers start blooming, and then you have summer where everything's in bloom, and then fall happens, the leaves start to change colors, winter, even in the winter. I know it gets really cold and it can snow a lot, but it's absolutely beautiful here. And that's one of the reasons why I love to live in Chester County. I want to go over with you also, as far as lifestyle, some of the festivals that happen all throughout the year. We have the Chester County Hot Air Balloon Festival, which is in Kennett. We have the Citadel Country Music Festival in Glenmore. the Restaurant Festival in Westchester, the QVC Christmas Parade, also in Westchester, Good Neighbor Day and the Fall Festival, which are both located in Downingtown, the Mushroom Festival in Kennett, the Turk's Head Music Festival in Westchester, the Firebird Festival in Phoenixville, and that is just to name a few. In every single township, they have different kinds of festivals and outdoor activities that you can enjoy in the spring, summer, and fall months. Everywhere. You know, it's not just these central locations. Everyone is different. Throughout the entire county, there's all kinds of places that you can be outdoors, get connected with nature. You can float down the Brandywine River in a kayak or a canoe. You can hang out with your friends at the local parks, the county parks, whatever it is. Chester County is great because of the boroughs. So if you live in one of the 15 boroughs here, you can just walk out your door, walk to the nearest restaurant, the shops, what have you, and you can just be outside, which is really amazing. And I really wanted to highlight here that living in this area, you know, the people are really nice. The neighbors you have, you can build lifelong relationships with people, and it's just an amazing place to live. So that's what I have for you about what it's like to live in Chester County. I highly recommend that if you're considering moving to Pennsylvania, that Chester County be very high on the list. And if you need any help around that, you know what to do. Send us a text at 484-999-0218. We look forward to speaking with you soon, and have a great day.